All right, guys. Ian from Central Coast. We're back with Jonathan and Michael Fouché of Jomez Productions. How's it going, guys?
Doing all right. How are you, Ian?
Good, man. So we're back at the Texas States, and where was it held?
This was held in Waco, Texas, at Brazos Park East, aka the Beast, and you will
Cool,
see
man.
why they call it that.
Yeah, I've been watching some footage. It's a beautiful course. Really cool.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Great
It's
design.
like front nine, back nine are two completely different animals.
Yeah, like is the back nine the more wooded one?
Back
Is that
nine,
what it was?
Yeah, back nine's very tight, very wooded, long, angled holes.
Cool, man. So we're starting off on hole 1 here, and tell us about the hole, Jonathan.
Hole 1, par 4, 555 feet. There's a Mando on the right, and OB, they're all the way down on the right on the road. But most people just like to kind of stay off to the left or go down the middle and fade left and head at the basket.
So it looks like you got rained on again, buddy.
Third tournament in a row.
You should stop doing that.
I don't know what to do.
You
If
have
it happens
terrible
again this
luck.
weekend at Nick Hyde, then I know it's me and I'm just a jinx. But you know what? You're not going to stop me.
Awesome, man. I love the dedication filming in the rain. And we got a Cam Todd right here. Is he still with Discraft?
Honestly, I couldn't
think so.
tell in his bag. I couldn't tell for sure. I thought it was a little bit mixed up, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I knew he was definitely a Discraft sponsor for quite a long time. Up next is Eagle McMahon busting on a forehand, getting off to that left-hand side of the fairway, and that's still in bounds over there.
Yeah, still in bounds. He threw that PD2 there on that drive, just kind of turned over on him. It's a little bit of jitters, a little bit of just bad weather, and trying to get used to how the discs are going to feel for the next 18 holes.
Yeah, these wet. So how are these tee pads that are getting pretty slippery?
They honestly weren't too bad until we got into the wooded areas of the back nine.
Okay, so up third is Zackeriath Johnson. Also, was it forehand action as well?
Yeah, forehand. It just
Yeah, looks
about
like-
the same thing. Just kind of turned it over a little early.
Nice, man. So did you guys give Michael Fouché an umbrella this time?
It took a little bit, but we finally got a volunteer gracious enough to go out there and hold an umbrella for him. So we were both covered
Nice.
for the
Michael
most
needs
part
some
this
love
round.
too.
He's a
Nice,
champ.
man. And so we got our leader up last. How come Bradley was teed off last?
I guess they just reversed it for this last round. Not really sure.
Oh, interesting. Anyway, looking at his second shot right here.
Yeah, he's throwing
And he's
a down there for his up shot.
Okay. Looks like he hit a late tree. Looking at Eagle's second shot.
Yeah, he turned it over a little bit, but he's still in bounds over there.
Okay. And Zach, that kick left out.
Yeah, it kicked left
didn't
on the
it?
tree there in the middle of the fairway.
This fairway's brutal.
Yeah, it's a lot of trees,
Like-
a lot of different lines, but nothing really too sure. But the weather sure doesn't help.
Yeah, not at all. Cam went long on his second shot. He's got to come back over a birdie. Looking at Bradley's third shot. Is that the Nova right there?
Yeah, that's I believe that's his Nova. He's pretty money with that thing. You'll see.
Nice, man. And that was Eagle's third shot, laying up for a 4. And that was Zach's third shot, also laying up for a 4, hopefully. And Cam has the lone look at a birdie here, right?
Yeah.
People say he's the inventor of the pitch putt, or the.
Really, I've never heard that.
Yeah, he's like at some old school putting clinic from way back in the day, like him and Felberg, I want to say.
Uh huh.
Yeah, to go. People can scour YouTube and try to find it. It's out there. I don't know where, but it's out there. It looks like everybody's gonna be dropping it to par. So with Zach taking a bogey.
I believe so. Zach is the lone bogey. Looks like.
Yeah, that's a tough hole, man. There's not like a wall of trees, but just trees randomly placed throughout the entire fairway.
Exactly. There's
Gives you-
definitely a line there, but not a whole lot of room for error.
Yeah. So tell us about hole 2, Jay.
Hole 2, 303 feet, par 3. A lot of right-hand people, righties, just take the backhand line kind of over to the right of the trees, kind of over that road. The road is OB, but you just want to skip in back inside these rocks.
Okay. Kind of avoid all the trees that way.
Yeah, Bradley's got his Firebird here, just taking. It's not even a full pump. I would say a lot of these guys 50-60% on these throws and just kind of try to pierce it in there. Not too deep, but not too early.
Mhm.
And I think
Yeah, Eagles pull.
Eagle's got a max right there.
Oh yeah, that's his Metal Flake Max.
Yep.
Or is that a
And-
Star Max?
Yeah, it's a metal flake.
That's a good roll.
Good roll.
Yeah, that was Metal Flake. You got Cam Todd.
Just another hyzer line.
So Cam plays crazy fast, right?
Oh, insanely
I've
fast.
never actually filmed him.
Yeah, we had some
Like
comments
MJ,
on-
Ricky.
Round 2 comments
Fast.
asking if we were purposely not filming. I was like, I would never do that. You just got to get some players play fast, and that's fine.
Yeah,
You just
right.
kind of got to learn it in the first couple holes and try not to let it happen anymore.
Yeah, it definitely takes a couple seconds to adjust to a new player. You're
Yeah.
filming him. Looks like Bradley came up a little bit short on that birdie bid. Eagle, this is making that all day. Good birdie.
He got that great roll back down basket high, or in line with the basket, really.
Yeah, he did. That was Cam. Also Cardinal Bird. And Zach should be making this birdie putt. Is Zach a Texas local too?
I believe it.
Do you know?
I want to say Missouri or something. Man, I might get that wrong, but I want to say it was Missouri. They were introducing him as, so.
Okay.
I believe he's traveling with Kyle Webster.
Yeah, Eagle.
or-
Gotcha. Bradley's the Texas legend though, right?
Yes, sir. People know him around here.
He's been crushing them. Yeah, they do. We're on to hole 3, par 4, 558. You got OB left and right, it looks like.
Yeah, left and right. The fence line's OB, and the road on the left is OB. That little pipe fenced in area is actually inbounds for this tournament. I've seen it played both ways, but it's inbounds here. So it's just a long pump that you got to keep it in that fairway. It's downhill and back uphill. It's not easy.
Wow. Eagle pumps it out there. Hit a tree over on the right-hand side?
Yeah, tree kicked him straight out. Didn't even have a chance as soon as it got over that fence line.
Oh, man. Cam playing a little more conservative line, keeping it low.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
kind
go over the
of bounces it off that
fence.
fence, but gets it back in the middle of the fairway.
And Zach crushing out a forehand. That's a pretty solid forehand.
Oh yeah, anything beyond that little tree, get it out of your way and off that fence line, it should be fine to get you a 3.
Nice. Bradley also has a solid forehand game. He's got that Avery Macbeth style forehand.
Yeah, he just sidearm a destroyer out there just to kind of get him in place to get a nice easy up shot.
And look at Eagle's third shot after an OB stroke. Looks like he's gonna be carding a 5. Unfortunately, looking at Bradley, so he barely stayed in bounds, huh? Or I guess the fence might have saved
Yeah,
it.
I mean, if you think it'd be kind of tough to skip all the way underneath that fence, you kind of see how there's a little bit of space, but not much. So,
Yeah,
and it's really coming down now.
it is, isn't it? Did it rain the whole round, or did it let up for you guys?
It was on and off, yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, it's one of the worst spots right here for a little bit.
So that was Eagle's 4 shot. This is Zach's 2nd shot.
Yeah,
Should
pretty
be able to
well
make his 3.
executed. Like I said, you get out there in the little middle area, it's not a bad up shot.
So that was Eagle for a 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're taking a 6. Oh, Cam misses his 3. This is Bradley for his 3. Nicely
Easy.
done.
Easy play right
Yep.
there for him.
This is a par 3?
Par 4.
Was it? Par 4? Okay, I was going to say this is a long par 3.
Yeah.
That was Eagle taking a 6. And there's Zach with a birdie 3. Nicely done. And there's Cam with a par. Lefty putt right there. You see that?
Yeah. Ambidextrous.
You get extra points for those. But Brad and Zach card some nice birdies. Looks like Brad got a 4-stroke lead here. And we are going into hole 4, par 4, 585. And what's the story here, Jay?
Well, a lot of the right-hand, backhand players aim kind of at that tree and then fade left of it. You just kind of want to stay off to that left side because that sidewalk is OB. There's a sidewalk that kind of runs and you don't want to be on the right side of that. And it kind of just winds through that right side. So, like I said, a lot of these guys just kind of pump it down the middle and fade out left so that give them a nice, easy up shot. But if you're brave, you'll attack like Zach did there and get it real nice. See, if you go too far there, you'll see that sidewalk will come into play. But
Yeah.
most mere mortals can't quite pump it that far anyway, so
That was a pretty good crush from Zach.
It was a great shot.
And Bradley looks like a little more conservative route.
Yeah, he just
Ooh.
put a destroyer down there, not even full speed. And look at that, almost missed Cam's drive. He literally walked up from his bag and just pumped it. Didn't even.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely something to get used to, but I got no problem with however your style is, however you're comfortable. But man,
Yeah.
it does not make it easy on the camera guys. But
Not
hey,
so much.
we're already adapted to the rain. We can adapt to somebody playing a little bit fast.
There you go. That
Get
looks
us out
like
of the
Eagle
rain a
also
little
had
quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. So Bradley played that casual water, took some relief.
Yeah, it's just you can play that behind it. He knows the rules around here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Eagle with a nice upshot as well.
Look at the sun. Just all of a sudden the sun comes out, and it was just pouring. That's Texas for you.
Bizarre. Yeah, you guys get some interesting weather down there. There's flooding going on right now, right? Like in Houston and stuff?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. Zach with a great upshot after a great drive and just dropping in a birdie along with everybody else, right?
Yeah, everyone played that hole very well for as long as it is, and no one got really, if you just get a bad tree hit or turn it over too quick or go OB is your trouble. But if you can just keep it out there past that first line of trees, it's usually a pretty good upshot with as long as there's no crazy wind or anything,
Yeah, for sure. Bradley's holding on to that 4-stroke lead, and it's going to take us to, what are you on, hole 5 here?
No, you are on. Oh, sorry, yeah, hole 5.
Yeah.
Getting
318 is this one's a little dogleg right here.
Yeah, dogleg right sidewalk is OB on the left, and then there's just a little thick tree line. I'm not even positive if that's OB, but you just don't want to be in there. So.
That looks nasty, super thick. Zach's pumping on a forehand. Looks like it's a little bit wide though.
Yeah, and he just gets a good skip off the sidewalk just to stay in that corner safe. A little deep.
Yeah, flirting with it there. Brad also busted out a forehand, a little lower line here. Playing the skip shot, it looks like.
Yeah, that grass is real wet, so
cool
he's
shot.
Probably taking that low attack just to try to get as much ground cover as he could off the skip.
Yeah, gave himself a putt. And Cam, I don't think I've ever seen him throw a forehand.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
He just likes to flex all kinds
and you
of
just
things.
filled a couple rounds of this. Yeah, he does. Eagle has a really solid forehand game, which he was earlier in the season actually relying on it a lot when his knee was all messed up.
Yeah.
So he caught a late tree though, but just laying up for a par. A little long, but I should play. And Zach for birdie. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
right
a
there.
tough little layup because look at that. Everything just wants to get up and roll. I don't think anyone got a terrible roll, but it definitely makes you nervous.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Cam went way long.
Yeah, I just got a bad roll, but cost him another stroke.
Yep. And Zach also had a bad roll, but made the comebacker at least.
Yeah, that was a great par save.
Make sure to support Jomez on Patreon.
And Central Coast Disc Golf under referral program.
And Central Coast Disc Golf, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
We gotta, help bring you guys more disc golf videos. Makes it a lot easier to cover more tourneys.
Yep.
And it's Brad making a par, and Cam taking a little bogey after that wicked rollout.
Yeah, he had a rough time on that one.
Yep. He did. That was unfortunate. Brad still 4-stroke lead over Zach, and we're on to hole 6. And what are we looking at here? Oh, this is that across the water shot.
Oh yeah, and it's very misleading. I've thrown a couple pieces of plastic in this water before. You think you're good and you're gonna make it, and it just all of a sudden you get about 3/4 of the way across that pond, and it just dumps out. It's bad. They'll just stall and fall right into that.
Yeah.
Water. And even some of the
I was
guys on our
watching
carts were
your round 2.
Yeah, they were doing that, but I think they kind of learned and adapted, and there's not too much wind, so I mean this drive that Zach crushes is amazing. You cannot play it much better than that.
What? Wow.
That was 490
That was
feet
impressive. I think
across that water, and I think it plays a lot longer, to be honest. I mean, you gotta kind of overdo it, but
wow. Bradley missed, but missed well.
yeah, exactly. And Eagle, more than
Easy one, air on the side.
I think Eagle ended up in that tree line every single time. I think all 3 rounds. He couldn't get quite on the basket. He's getting plenty of distance, but just ended up in the tree line every time.
Oh, what a crush. And Cam's also looks he's running the pin, and he was laying up in previous rounds.
Yep. I mean, look at that distance, though. I mean, just a beautiful flex that just got the most of it, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's go lay up here from Bradley. Should card an easy 3. This is Eagle from the woods for Eagle. I'll never get used to saying that.
Out from where he was.
Yeah, for sure. Cam for Eagle. Ooh, scared it. And sidewalk's inbounds here, right?
Yeah, that's just
nothing. And Zach with the Eagle, Jay.
Beautiful. I loved it. I really wanted to make that putt just because I wanted to see that whole Eagle because I didn't see it the whole rest of the tournament. So
I'm with you, man. I'm always rooting for everybody when I'm filming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, make me some highlights, man.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how we think about it when we're videoing. We want it to look good. We want people to get excited about the stuff that we just shot. So
exactly. Cam with a nice windy downhill or downwind putt right there.
Yeah.
Just snuck it over for birdie along with Bradley. And 3 birdies and an eagle. And I've heard Pablo debate this. Is that a star frame?
What's that?
Well, 3 birdies and an eagle.
Oh.
Because 4 birdies is a star frame, but it's 3 birdies and an eagle a star frame.
That, and I've never even thought about that. I want to say no. I want to say you're taking away from the guy that gets the eagle if you call it a star frame. I mean,
I'm with you on that, man. That's cool.
Just off my first instinct, because I never even thought about that before.
Yeah. Those guys posterized that hole. We are on to hole 7.
Yeah,
and
Zach he wanted to take that low hyzer line and just caught a tree, and that whole front part is OB, so you want to give it a little more height. So it looks the wind's always a little tricky about knocking you down real quick, but if you play it like that, then like Bradley did, then because you don't want to go too far left too, because there's a sidewalk OB to the left, so.
And you roll down the hill. It looks like you're in some shrubbery.
Exactly.
And Cam Todd. Oh, that'll play, Jay.
Nicely done. Yeah, that was a great play. So Zach here, he's just gonna re-tee.
Oh, okay. A little bit higher line this time.
Yeah. And see how it stalls out like that. Like you get a good line in that wind.
Oh yeah.
Kills it. So.
There's like a little left to right action going on.
Yeah, it's in bounds in there, but you just got no look.
Yeah, that looked brutal. Bradley makes a nice birdie, getting, 2 strokes on Zach?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe more. Cam with a great drive. And Eagle with some hustle. Wants to get back under that umbrella.
Back under the umbrella. Yeah, actually, I guess he got 3 strokes on Zach because I think Zach's taking a 5 there and Bradley got the 2.
Yeah, you're right, man. That's a big separator right there.
You can see Zach had just gotten that eagle, 6. And he just gave it right back and then some.
Oh, he sure did. He did, didn't he? Oh, man. That's a tough way to go after carding an eagle.
Yeah.
We're on. I always do that after I card an eagle, though. Just tender to the next hole.
You feel sorry for the guys that didn't get the eagle. You got to give those strokes back. Feeling generous. I do that all the time. I take a birdie.
It's the gentlemanly thing to do. So we got hole 8, and where's the line here?
They're to the right. They're gonna try to wrap it or anywhere around that tree there, like that Bradley's kind of going at, and just kind of get you back up in the open for the nice easy up shot for the birdie, because this one is a par 4.
Oh, okay. Eagle followed that line pretty well.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Even a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Yeah. That eagle kid throws pretty far.
I've heard that.
Yeah, that's the word on the street. Cam with a nice pull as well. Almost. He throws as far as he
can
on that one.
It.
Yeah. Cam's old school, but he still throws far.
Yeah, and Zach gets a pretty fortunate skip.
Yeah, I was going to say, he got some distance on that one. His second shot right here.
Yeah, he left
a little short.
Off of it.
Yeah, God, look at that puddle. It's huge.
And Bradley with his Nova laser beam, and it almost
canned it. Wow. That would have been incredible.
I'd say he's a close second as far as to Macbeth on being accurate with that Nova on your up shots.
I know, man. He's on it for sure. It looks like Cam was running that eagle as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! I didn't think that was gonna stick.
Yeah, I remember thinking, how did that stay in the basket?
Yeah.
Whatever, man. It looks the same on the scorecard, so.
That it does. Cam comes back for his birdie, and it looks like Eagle and Bradley got some drop-ins. Yeah. I get to hang out with Bradley at Masters Cup one year. He's a funny dude. I like that guy.
Yeah, he was
hanging.
He was having a good time this weekend, so he was pretty easy to get along with, and he's really cool. Like, he gave us all the disc info and all that. So.
Thanks, man. Hey, he's a fun guy to talk to. All right, up next is hole 9, par 3. And what's the game plan here, Jay?
This one, you see some different looks. There's some guys that try to attack that little bit right side middle and fade toward the basket, and some guys that want to go over the top.
Oh, okay.
So you want to kind of flex it around there and then skip it up that hill, but then Bradley just got an unfortunate kick off an early tree. And
yeah, just a little bit short.
Takes that over the top line, and there's a little gap in there. If you make it, you get up on top of that little hill, but if you don't, you do what he did, and it kicks you back right down the hill.
Mm-hmm. He's been hanging out with Simon too much.
Right? They are similar sometimes in their attacks on certain holes.
Oh, definitely. Really similar skill set. And Zach, low again.
Another low
gets
again,
a good skip again.
Another good skip. Yep, exactly.
Yep. And Bradley, not the best upshot, but should have worked for a par. Mm-hmm. Zach, for his birdie, not so much. And Eagle for his. Again,
yeah, those are pretty tough shots. All three of those guys. I mean, even this one down the hill, and then
wow,
he showed him how it's done though. It's making
Cam
a putt like that in the rain.
World class putter. Is he a world champ too? Do you know that?
Honestly, do not know.
Has he won a world championship?
I do not.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think I'm just remembering random stuff. I don't think it's true. We got some pars from Bradley, Eagle, and Zach. And Cam get a strong card right there.
Yeah, he definitely had a really nice putt.
All right. Huge thanks to Nova for sponsoring your footage, Jonathan.
Absolutely. Those guys, they're definitely hooking us up, trying to help us get some more discs out there.
Awesome, man. Yeah, great people at Nova. So we're starting off on the back 9 on hole 10, par 4, 441. So this is getting into the wooded section, Jonathan?
Oh, yeah. It starts to get... See, this is my first time flying a drone for a tournament, and it was sketchy. Once I got back here, it was terrifying, man. It was so scary.
Did you put it down a couple times?
Yeah, I had to. I didn't crash it, thankfully, but couldn't do it all at once, that's for sure. Anyways, this is the worst tee box here. These guys are kind of slipping around a little bit. A lot of mud on this one, and it's hard to keep it very clean.
This fairway is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. You kind of want to play that hyzer line, and you don't want to go too deep, and you don't want to skip too far left. It's a very touchy shot.
Yeah. I had some bigger hallways in my high school. Like, this is ridiculous. A pretty good drive from Eagle, though. Looking at Zach. Oh, no.
Pretty good rollout, though.
I was going to say, not the worst result for that shot. It goes forehand for the second shot, trying to get around the corner, but hit a tree. Look at Cam's second shot after he slipped on his drive, and he's just pitching up to the corner, it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bradley's getting creative here.
Yeah, he threw, I want to say that was a tomahawk, but I can't even tell.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just threw it straight up and down, so it kind of did a little bit of something tricky.
Look at Zach's third shot, making his way down the fairway. And this is Eagle's second shot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second shot.
Look at it. Cam's third, laying up for a 4. And this is Eagle's third,
Yeah.
laying up for a 4.
Flicking his MD3 those
Yeah.
last 2 shots.
Yeah. Bradley for birdie, but gonna be taking a 4 as well. And this is Zach's, what, 4th shot? I want to say.
I'm trying to think. It's hard on
A lot
these
of
holes
shots.
when there's a lot of shots. I just know no one
Yeah.
birdies at this go around.
Yep. So here's Zach coming back towards the basket, makes a nice putt. I believe that's for a 5. And this is Bradley for a par. Don't mind the eagle flying by. And there is Cam dropping in for, I believe, a 4. We'll find out in a second how right or wrong. Oh, I got it right.
You got it. You hadn't even
Yes.
seen this footage and you got it. You knew more about
Killing
it than I did,
it.
and I was
Killing
there. I was just trying to stay dry.
That's too funny. I don't blame you, man. We're on to hole 11, par 3, 264. What's the line here, Jay?
These guys like to just try to throw something, maybe like a T-bird understable, just a lot of spin. Put it straight down the fairway, hit the top of that hill, and try to get a skip up into the landing area, basically.
So it's a little like double plateau right here.
Yeah. You want to hit right at the crest of that hill with some hyzer a little bit, so it'll get you up the hill, kind of like Cam did. He played that pretty well.
Wow, that was a beautiful shot. Bradley looking to match that, and needs to get some fade.
Yeah, I want to say that probably stayed a little bit right, because if it hits right, it's gonna roll back down. You just never really know.
Eagle also turned it over a little too much, but we'll be putting.
He threw that MD3, and it actually held pretty straight for him.
Yeah, it did. Is that Eagle McMahon MD3?
Those are his signature ones. It looked like he was throwing.
Yeah, really cool disc. And Bradley for birdie? Nope. And Zach for his birdie. Ooh. He wanted it.
Yeah.
Nice birdie from Eagle. And a Cam with pretty much a park job.
Oh yeah, that's like I said. You get that just right amount of skip on the crest of that hill, and it's pretty much parked.
Yeah. You talk to Eagle much at all?
No, not really. He's just he's pretty quiet, and then, but
Yeah.
just watching him play is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. He's probably hiding under an umbrella most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I think we all were.
Looks like Brad's... Yeah, it doesn't make for a whole lot of talking, all that rain. Bradley's lead is 7 onto hole 12, par 3, 267.
This
And
one,
we're looking at...
it's kind of a spray and pray. You want to throw it and just
Oh my goodness.
hope that it gets halfway down, and if you're lucky, you'll get within the circle. I've seen some crazy lines on this hole, so.
Low ceiling dogleg right with a ton of trees.
Yeah, and so you get through and see, look, that was a great shot. And it
It looks
kicks
perfect.
Yeah, it just kicks into the crowd. And so Eagle here with a thumber over the top.
Dude, he has a beast thumber, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
to
he
put
throws
that
it
much
far.
power on it to get it over there, and actually, if I did that, it would stall and just come right back to you.
Yeah.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah, I can't throw thumbers for the life of me.
Yeah. And Bradley puts his Nova down there, and it's just the same thing. I mean, it's a good line, and you probably can't throw the same shot twice, basically.
Yeah. And Zach also going over the top with a thumber.
And there's a look at it. Just tombstones
Wow.
from there. It actually ended up
Dang.
pretty good shot.
That was a great shot. I like that approach to this hole. Just screw this fairway, go over the top. And Cam from the left-hand side of the fairway, short, pitches out for a par. And we got Eagle with a birdie bid.
Oof.
Oh, dang. Had some want on that one. And Zach, great birdie.
That is an amazing birdie.
Stroke on the... Yeah, it was. I bet you that's probably a stroke on most of the field right there.
Exactly.
At least 80-90%. Bradley makes a nice par. Zach is getting a stroke on the card as Cam drops in a par along with Eagle. Never gonna get that Adidas sponsorship eagle with that Nike umbrella, man.
He's got to be thinking about stuff like that.
You got it, man. It's happening. But Zach took a stroke back from Bradley. That leads 6, and we're on to hole 13, par 4, 462. And
yeah, most
what are we doing
people
here,
are
Jay?
on the right-hand backhand are gonna go and just land out, fade in a little left into this opening, and then you gotta attack this tunnel. And you see these stairs back up to the basket. There's a lot of strategy to this. Like I said, if you can make it through the first bit with a little bit of a straight to slow fade, yeah, you don't really want to end up on that left side, on that right side.
Gotcha.
And you definitely don't want to
it
hit
looks
Michael,
pretty. No, you don't want to hit Michael. He's the coolest guy ever.
He won't let you forget it.
Yeah. And Cam looks like a pretty nice shot.
Yeah, that
right in the middle of the fairway.
Pretty well for hitting a tree. Eagle just.
Did Eagle come out earlier?
Yeah, well, he made the Mando, but it hooked up real quick right after.
Gotcha. Bradley just laced it perfectly.
Yeah, and see, you got to be careful though. You don't want to fade too far left because that makes it really difficult to get to that tunnel.
Yeah, sure. So this is Eagle's second shot. He's going for the green, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough attack, but Cam plays this pretty much textbook. I mean,
man, he put himself in the perfect spot on the fairway.
3 than that.
No, not at all. Zach, forehand, trying to make the corner, comes up a little bit short. Bradley also has to go forehand, but Annie, that'll work.
Yep, not bad. You get on those stairs within the first couple, you're gonna make that putt.
Yeah. Ooh, Eagle scaring it. I'm gonna take it a 4. This is Zach for a 3. Oh, Zach. That was quite an uphill putt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice birdie from Bradley.
Got that stroke right back.
He sure did, didn't he?
It's a lot of back and forth. I mean, it's tough. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
We all know what that's like. To gain one and then give it right back the very next hole is tough on your mental game.
It is. This back nine is punishing with the rough, though, man.
And then the weather does not help, obviously.
No, not so much. So, hole 14, par 3, 213. Tell us about the hole.
You're going to see some guys that want to just take that straight line down the middle, and then there's a very obscure hyzer line, too, that some guys will take to get you to the basket as well. So, it's another thing. Like I said, I just don't think a lot of people can throw the same shot twice. Just because
this is
so much room for error.
Oh man, that was looking so good from Cam.
Yeah, and it still wasn't bad. It still got pin high. Just kind of he's gonna be putting out of that rough.
Yeah.
And see, there's that hyzer line. You have to hit it just right.
Oh yeah.
And then you have to work.
It's an interesting green.
You have to hope that you're not gonna roll down the hill just like Bradley did.
Oh yeah. Zach going forehand.
Yeah.
Oh, that took a nasty kick. Eagle's just a little bit off right now, man.
Yeah, he hit another early, very short drive.
Yeah. I'll hit a tree on a second shot, looking at his third, hoping to get up and down for a 4, but...
Yeah, he's just tossing the gator up there just to kind of keep it on top of the hill.
Okay, makes sense. Zach from right-hand side of the fairway, short. Who's it? Gonna be taking a 3. And that's Bradley from down there?
Bradley, yeah. That's a tough putt.
Yeah, look like a low ceiling uphill putt. A good putt for 4 from Eagle. Sure he's not stoked about it though. And Cam with the birdie.
Very well played. That's another great birdie to get.
And another time he's getting a stroke on the card. Michael, you looked a lot better equipped than you were at Disc Golf World Tour for the rain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, between somebody actually volunteering to hold an umbrella and those trees did a pretty good job of covering us from the rain. So
nice, man.
And it wasn't near as cold.
Very cool. So hole 15, 519-foot par 5. I love this back nine, Jonathan.
This is
so cool.
One of the signature holes of the beast. It's just brutal. Turns left, turns right, turns left, down the hill. Huge, basically almost a horseshoe back up through this opening and then up the hill again, and it wraps back around through the trees, and eventually you get to the basket.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you better pack a lunch for this one, folks.
You have a lot of great shots to get a birdie here. Cam, did he leak high right there?
Yeah, I believe it kicked left. I think it still stayed on the edge of the fairway, but yeah, it just killed a lot of his distance.
That was a great shot from Bradley.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting a couple 100 feet even, just down there to set you up for your next shot.
Man, I'd be tempted to throw a putter or just a stable mid. Just time after time. Eagle.
And see, he gets a lot of distance.
A little bit in the rough there.
That doesn't help him out for his next shot.
Yeah, exactly. Cam's second shot looks pretty nice. Gets around the corner onto the second fairway, as it were.
Yeah.
And Zach, thumb or roller? Was it?
Yeah, some kind of forehand roller.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure even where it ended up. That was a tough one to keep track of.
Yeah. And was that eagle? Or
this whole
this whole something else, man.
There's eagle. So this is Eagle's second drive. So that he's just now throwing his second shot.
Oh, that must have been Bradley then.
Yeah, and he's just tossing up. This is Cam.
Yep. Okay, thank you. It's not a bush.
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both for sure. Gets it up the fairway at least a little bit. Looking at Eagle's third shot. Going forehand. Almost got Michael.
Almost got him.
Oh, I think that'll work. I believe this is Bradley's third shot.
Yeah, I want to say that's a Firebird. He pitches up there. So he actually makes that look pretty good. And plus, you got a lot of ground travel because how slick it is right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll putt for birdie. And I believe this is Zach's fourth shot.
Yeah, I mean, he gets in there for opening, so.
Yeah. I believe that's Cam's third. I want to say, maybe
fourth. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it could have been four. Yeah. Zach misses his five, even taking a six, I believe. And this is Eagle. A nice putt for birdie. Wow.
Yeah, he had
he scrambled.
Yeah, a tough second shot, but he still was able to recover to take the bird, so that was nice.
Yeah. And there's Bradley matching that birdie.
Yeah, and he actually got an eagle on it the previous round.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on fire this tournament, that's for sure. You can tell by the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's definitely separated from the crowd. A nice putt from Cam for par, I believe. Pretty sure Zach took a six right there. Yeah, he did. That lead for Bradley, it's pretty big. Although Cam's kind of doing work.
Oh yeah, Cam's definitely making his way back for that, second place contention.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Hole 16, par 4, 591. Pretty much dead straight, Jay?
Yeah, dead straight. You don't want to end up too far left, don't want to end up too far right. Kind of end up right about here, and then get you a pitch up into that opening to get your birdie.
Okay.
And then you don't want to go too deep.
Guardian trees.
It drops off.
Oh yeah, it drops off.
Too.
Yeah. Bradley has the box. Is that his T-Bird or Destroyer?
16. That was actually Destroyer.
Okay, yeah. And Eagles pull.
The DDX. People are making a big deal about that disc right now.
Oh yeah.
I've had one for a little while. If they
would
quit selling out in 5 minutes, I might get one day.
I bought one and then I have a test run one.
Did you see that recovery? Throw a ball.
That was pretty amazing.
Almost eat it. Nothing but net.
Do a pirouette. Beautiful. And Zach's pull leaked a little right, caught a tree, stayed mostly in the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at his second shot right here.
Yeah, this is an
dude, this kid has a great forehand.
On this.
Oh, okay. He's now on the right-hand side of the fairway. And we're looking at Cam's second shot. Coast.
And then he gets punished.
Oh,
it's just a tough.
He sure did.
Tough little guardian tree surrounding that basket.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 little ones that kind of mess with your great shots.
Exactly.
Forehand roller from Bradley.
Yeah, just didn't get as far in there as he wanted it to, but give him a look.
Oh, Eagle got too far in there.
Exactly. See, that gator just kind of got there. It got under the basket, and then it just... Yeah.
Took a crazy skip.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a Cam. Yeah. So we got Cam from the woods. Not so much.
You see how this
This
can
green
just,
is treacherous.
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah. Just go back and forth and back and forth.
yeah.
Oh man.
It's got to be pretty frustrating to play and just sit there and try to eventually make one of these and not quit and just quit yo-yoing it off the hill.
But Eagle gets some strokes on some folks right there.
Yeah, he played that very well. Yeah, that DDX.
Yeah.
Gotta get one.
Yeah. Yep, they finished straight, man. They fly far. My first pump with mine went like 425. Like, and I don't throw it that far. They
Awesome.
go.
That's kind of how I am with the turn. That's what I imagine it would be, kind of like a turn.
Yeah.
I love how much glide they have.
Yeah, it's a turn. It's a turn bottom with a PD2 top.
I would love to try one. Maybe
That's what it is.
someday.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe someday I'll get one. So Cam's still in second place. Bradley still has 6 strokes on him. And we're on to hole 17, par 3, 279. And what are we doing here, buddy?
You just want to stay straight as possible. It's only 279, but you can't hit that hill too soon or you won't get up near the basket. And it's... Yeah, like you just don't want to. A lot of guys maybe fade left too quick, so it's just tough to get it all the way down without hitting a tree and staying straight. So Eagle made that look pretty good there with the MD3.
His MD3 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, park job, beautiful throw. Oh, Zach threw a forehand leak left. Did he come out or did he stay in there?
I think he kind of stayed in the edge, and then Bradley here with a glow Mako.
Really?
Yep.
It's the first time I've ever seen somebody throw a globe make it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make a note of that.
Made it
I
work.
saw that. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and mention that's a different one.
Yeah. Definitely. Cam was looking on the ace run right there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Punished.
Zach with a good pitch out for 3. Looking at Bradley over there.
Yeah, for birdie.
Dang.
This is a gorgeous. I love having 2 angles of these amazing putts. It's just...
Right? Very cool. When you're on, man.
Yeah.
Brad was doing work. Oh, I thought that was going in.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Was that a Cam Todd forehand? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kind of just pitched out and then went a little deep, but...
Yeah. Yep. A nice birdie from Eagle, and Cam comes back for his 3, I believe. And Zach also going to be dropping in a 3. No worries there. And we got onto our last hole, right, Jay? Hole 18.
Last hole, here we go.
Yep, Bradley's got a pretty comfortable lead.
Yep.
7 strokes.
This is another doozy.
Yeah, it is a doozy though. So stuff could happen. But I got another par 5, 609 feet. Looks like this one gently winds to the right the entire way.
Yeah, it winds to the right for a ways, and then eventually you're gonna go back uphill again to the right, and then you're gonna kind of go back off to the left to the basket.
Not an easy hole.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Eagles going metal flake max forehand.
It's not a bad spot.
Flew that one right over Michael.
Yeah.
So is he pretty much in the fairway right there?
Yeah, pretty much. Bradley with the destroyer. He did that exact spot more than once. He had that drive down.
Wow. Beautiful
And
throw. Zach looking to copy that.
A stiletto he's throwing here, so understandably
Really?
so. It's kind of what you want off the tee
Yeah.
and that the sidearm.
So you guys missed Cam's drive? Or did I just not watch it?
Now I'm not even absolutely sure. Possibly. That guy, he throws so fast.
Yeah, what else? He does, man. Eagle's second shot got pretty far up the fairway along with Zach's. I'm sure not as far as they'd like, but they made progress.
Mm-hmm.
And look at it, Cam's third.
You get up to the hill. That's what you want. You want to have a look at it, you know, as soon as possible to get you up on that plateau.
Brad going backhands. This is T-Bird.
T-Bird. And look at this thing. He flexes it through all of that.
What?
Victory lap around the basket.
Wait.
On his second shot on a par 5.
What?
Yes.
Got to drop an eagle?
Absolutely. It was a perfect.
Well,
You couldn't have to finish the
it's not
tournament
giving
any
it-
better.
Seriously. Wow, incredible. Look at it. Eagle shot. I believe it's third. Should have a birdie off that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be Cam for a birdie. Not so much. Take it a par. And this is Zach coming back for his birdie, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep. Nicely done there. And eagle for birdie. Nice work there. And Bradley for the win, right? God.
Finishing with a drop-in eagle. Not even a chance there. Like, that is incredible.
What a way to play. What a way to finish.
Amazing.
And Cam makes a par.
All these guys hard fought. I mean, it was
Yeah.
great. We had a good time despite the weather. It was a really good card to watch.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of great talent right there.